All right, we're live. Cape Crew Radio pre-show. Great show ahead of us, ladies and gentlemen. In about 10 minutes time, I'm going to kick it over to Big B. I got to do a few quick shares so everyone can see us.
Yes, so apparently this is going to be the show of breaking news because right before we started live with the pre-show, I got some breaking news here. That apparently Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg has passed away. She served on the court since 1993 and was 87 years old. Recently, she's been in and out of the hospital for various, I think it was cancer treatments. So her ailments have come back, and she's been fighting, but she has passed away at the age of 87.
Now, is she on our side?
No,
she's against us.
Yeah, she was a very liberal Supreme Court justice. She broke ground as being the first female Supreme Court justice. There was obviously there was a movie made about her life called Ruth or something, whatever it was called, Ginsburg, whatever it's called. But no, she is not on our side, and that was the greatest fear of every liberal, was that Donald Trump would be able to nominate a third Supreme Court justice. He's already put 2 on there. Now, obviously, because the president nominates when it comes time, the president nominates the candidates for Supreme Court. And it looks like he'll be able to nominate a third. So there will be a conservative-leaning Supreme Court justice. And I'm sure it'll be a shit show because the Democrats will throw everything they can at them about how bad they are and all of this. You remember the shit show that it was with Kavanaugh, with all the fake allegations that he did all these things against women. None of them. There was one person that came out and he sexually assaulted me or whatever it was.
What's that? Hang on. Sorry.
All right then. See what happens when you try to share things. None of them. There was one. Well, then now I hear myself.
Oh my God! Thank God it's the pre-show. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
So when Kavanaugh was the nominee, the Democrats threw everything at them. There was one person that came out and said he sexually assaulted me in high school, and obviously that never came to fruition because even the people that were there said it never happened. So it was a completely made up thing that was orchestrated by Dianne Feinstein. I'm sure this will be a circus, as is everything that the Democrats get involved in becomes a circus of lies and made up bullshit. So look forward to some more of the same from the Democrats in the coming weeks and months as they look to replace Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who again passed away this evening at the age of 87 years old. She was on the Supreme Court since 1993. But apparently we have other breaking news that I don't even know about that we will find out very shortly.
Very shortly. But you also were telling me that you have created your own original. This is not like playing around. Nope. This is an original rub that you made.
That's right. So as we've discussed in previous shows throughout my barbecue journey, I don't have the knowledge or the skill to just make things up off the top of my head. So for the most part, I find things off the internet or in books, recipes, and I tweak them. I change out things and add a few things, take away a few things, whatever it is, to make them to my liking. So Mrs. B, the I guess last week, said, "You know what I want? I want a nice savory, smoky rub." I said, "Okay, so let me start looking." So I start looking around, and everything is sweet and smoky, sweet and savory, whatever. A lot of sugar based stuff. So it's like, I can't. I'm not really finding anything that suits that. So I started thinking. I said, all right, smoky and savory. So salty and smoky. I said, all right. So let me start. I start going through my mind. I was like, all right, what if I do this, and I take this? Now with the knowledge that I've accrued doing the barbecue stuff this summer and the end of last summer, I have a little basis of knowledge where I can start making these things from scratch without something from the internet or something from a book. So I made a savory, smoky rub from scratch off the top of my head. And we had it this tonight. We had some Wagyu chopped meat, and we made burgers. And I said, you know what? I want to put this rub in the burger. And Mrs. B did the same. And we both agree it goes really well. It works. It tastes good. It goes really good with beef. So I think that's going to be the first original rub that I've had. I first did it. We tried it out, and my wife's like, "Oh, add a little more salt," or I didn't have salt in there to begin with, so add some salt in there and this and that. So we tweaked it as we went along, and I think we have it now. So we have our first official from the ground up barbecue rub.
And we'll have to come up with a name for that, of course. And but I'm also excited to receive that because I've told you before.
Yeah,
I also love the barbecue.
that's right.
I'm a little bit on the vinegar, smoky, heat, salt side. Salt is a key. It's my favorite spice. Made stew the other night, and I'm like, not enough salt. And yeah, so I'm excited about this because I'm not a sweet fan at all.
Right, and this has no sweet in it whatsoever. There's a lot of there's salt, there's savory, there's smoke in there, and there is also, to your liking, there is heat. There's some heat back there where you can. There's enough there that you can taste it.
See, so I think this is the rub that I need to try.
I can arrange where I can make it up and send it to you.
Yeah, like you tell me when you're cooking the honey and stuff like that. I'm like, my wife would like it, and I'm sure it's popular, but it's not I'm more a mustard, like a bite, and the salt is true my flavor. What rib is it that does the mustard? I like that. There's
a lot of people
a
lot of people use mustard. They'll put yellow mustard on their meats to give it a little bit of a bite and to help the rub and whatever rub they're using adhere to the meat. So it moisturizes the meat, it gives it a little bite to it, and it helps the rub adhere. I use a rub for my ribs, and some of the rub is dried mustard that I put in there.
Yeah, see, I've never tried mustard. I think it would be interesting. Hello to everyone listening. Finally, we're starting to click in and get some viewers. I apologize. It's not Be Live. Facebook has kind of changed their algorithm or something, and we can't share until we actually go live now, which is weird. So I don't know if you're on YouTube or Facebook. I can't tell, but everyone should get notifications in the near future. However, we are about to start the show, Big B. It's you and I at the helm tonight. However, I do have some breaking news from England at the top of the show. Plus, we've got all kinds of stories. We got Mike Jolitz reads the news, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun. So if you people are ready, I will start the radio stream, and the pre-show will be over. and we'll get into what do we call the whatever and potatoes. It's not coming to me now.
The meat and potatoes.
Meat and potatoes. There you go. See, I'm a little befuddled by this new algorithm. Here we go, folks.
Initiate countdown.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is a production of the Cave Crew Radio Network at cavecrewradio.com.
There was a time when the world turned their back on men. Men with a dream and savage yearning within them. Legions compelled by passion that knows no boundary. A consuming flame that defies plausible explanation. Battling the forces of domestication, they find the courage to band together to experience the awesome power of the men.
I say this with all due respect.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Tonight's broadcast of the Masculine Feminist has been commandeered by the secret society No Ma'am.
Gotta go to a place like a shot and a beer. Steak, man. Saying we can stop, get pancakes, and then we'll get late, all right?
Why do you drink ice cold beer on a hot?
Mr. Clement, what else are you gonna do with it?
To alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
The Yankees are champions of baseball! It's a power play goal!
This is Cave Crew Radio.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is DK, and this is indeed Cave Crew Radio. I don't know if you ever thought that, you're going into a show and might be scrambling a little bit for topics, but we should know better by now. The news is flying in as we speak. Cave Crew Radio live on cavecrewradio.com, over on Cave Crew TV on YouTube, and of course on our Facebook group and across other Facebook platforms on Facebook Live. And we can be enjoyed on any of your favorite podcasts, catchers, or whatever they call them now, iTunes, iHeartRadio, SiriusXM, Spotify, you name it, we're there. And you can download us anywhere. As you can see on my microphone here, my masks have finally arrived. I should, let's see, I got a second one here that I can show. Cave Crew Radio.
There you go. The Cave Crew Radio Lockdown 2020 mask finally has made its way to Canada.
Just in the nick of time before Wave 2.
There you go.
And we'll put a link up in a little bit for you folks of where you can order yours. And of course, I don't know how many Fridays they're going to do this from, because it really cuts into our product, our profit. Sorry. The t-shirts are on sale for $13 again. So we will, we'll post that in the chat in a little bit, as well. So that I thought was going to be the breaking news. As we announced last week, Choo Choo Stew and a barking dog. Great. Anyway, Choo Choo Stew is away for a little bit. He's back on the night train, the essential worker that he is. I'm going to have to key up my my teleprompter here and bring up the exact play-by-play from him, and I will explain to you here that we do have breaking news from the underground in London. Let's get
Can't wait.
or perhaps I should read the headline before I show the picture. This is what I received from Choo Choo Stew just a little earlier. Hang on. He was silent. I asked if there was a man under the train. The response was, I am running empty. There is vomit in car 3 and car 4. Let's try and get this up here, Biggie.
Oh man!
Someone apparently vomited in a mask.
Oh, that looks like apple slices.
Now I asked for confirmation. Is this car 3 or is this car 4? And Choo Choo Stew confirmed this is car 3. So not just one.
Right.
We got a double vomit situation. Still waiting for the hazmat team to arrive. He added after that he also had an emergency alarm car go off on car 6 tonight.
3, 4, and 6. 2 vomits and 1 emergency.
Play that. I don't want to leave that up too long, ladies and gentlemen, but that is the actual scene from the London Underground. You won't see this on CNN, Fox News, ABC, NBC, BBC. This is the actual vomit inside the mask. That's a lot of that person did not chew.
Not like I said, it looks like apple slices. It looks like whole apple slices.
And he's still on the train, so I don't even know if we can get him on by phone. Maybe we will later. But I'm how do you know that? Like, what is the vomit alarm?
I don't know. Now, well, I have a question. Is the same person vomit in car 3 and 4? Did they vomit in 3 and then go to 4? Embarrassed and then did it again? Or is it 2 separate incidents?
You know, that to me, that just looks like lunch spilled out of a bag. Anyway, I'm going to hide this because it's absolutely disgusting. But yeah, so that like, you know, we're thinking, okay, here we go. We're going to do this show. Text Stu, yeah, you know, when I get home tonight, I'm going to put you guys on. I'm going to, you know, watch a little bit of you on YouTube and hang out with you. And then he disappeared. And usually he'll throw a text. Oh yeah, I'm on my meal break. You know, I grabbed a number 44 or whatever. You know, something. So I text him. I go, Stu, are you done? What's going on? No, major catastrophe in the London Underground tonight. Major, Bigby. Car 3 and car 4 and an alarm going off. And so I've got him on my phone here. I answer back, please keep us updated.
Absolutely. I want to know, one, is the same person responsible for 3 and 4? And then what was the emergency in car 6?
Right.
All of this on the same train ride, I'm assuming right around the same time.
Cursed train. It was, you know, I know we normally get in and we, you know, talk about what's going on in our worlds. I couldn't do it.
Right.
With what's going on in London, in the underground. And so my questions are like, what do you do when you have these situations? We got a text coming in from Choo Choo Stew right now, folks. As soon as I get it, I'll read it to you. What do you do? Like, so the vomit alarm goes off. You know, you got the emergency alarm on car 6. You got the vomit on car 3. You got the vomit on car 4. London Underground. What do you like? You can't stop in the middle of a tunnel. Is there panic? Is there angst? Is there, you know, I'd love to live through this.
Now, if you remember from a previous episode, God knows when it was, but we found out that the London Underground has vomit crews that go around specifically to clean up vomit.
Oh, he's listening to us. So to answer your question, yes, it was the same person that vomited in both cars. So we got not just projectile vomit, we got some guy running, the door opens,
Right.
vomited. I haven't seen the pictures from car 4. I'm not sure I want to. Both had French fries in the vomit. But I don't mean to do this to you, ladies and gentlemen, but I have to state our case. These French fries are not chewed.
No, absolutely not. So now that we know they're French fries, they look like steak fries. They're thick cut fries, and they are not chewed at all.
Choo Choo Stew says the Vomit Squad is in attendance. More to follow. So what a way to start the show, ladies and gentlemen. So I want, were these fries stolen because someone shoved them in their mouth, threw the mask on, or they were trying to eat incognito, didn't want to insult anyone by taking the mask off, and didn't even have a chance, and just maybe inhale, you ever have that sleep apnea like that, you do a sudden, maybe the fries were inhaled, the gag reflex was processed.
See, here's what I'm thinking. So now we know, obviously, London is 6 hours ahead.
Yeah.
At this moment in time. So it's very early in the morning, Saturday morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, whatever it is.
Yes.
2-3 o'clock in the morning. Obviously, what I'm thinking is this is someone coming off a bender of a night. And when you're drunk and you're at the point where you think you want to eat, you think the greatest thing on the planet at that point is eating some greasy food.
Yes.
So this looks like a person finishing their bender, eating some greasy fries, and basically inhaling them. Like you said, they didn't chew them. They just basically inhaled them. And then obviously the alcohol in the fries and the motion of the train caught up with them. And there you have the final result.
Now, I think you'll have the same question as me after the next statement. We have Choo Choo Stew, ladies and gentlemen, in Facebook Messenger right now. Unfortunately, Big B's only doing it to me. He says the Vomit Squad have been disbanded due to Corona.
Oh, no.
So my question, what do you do in this? If they've disbanded such an important crew,
right?
How do we? I'm just curious how this situation actually gets resolved.
I don't know. Now, who since the Vomit Squad was there specifically to clean up vomit in the London Underground, whose responsibility is it now?
Yeah,
does it become Stu's? Does it become just general maintenance? Whose responsibility is it? And by the way, if Stu's listening, obviously, can you do it in the fucking chat that we're all in on?
Yeah, he's Stu.
Can you fucking talk to me too? You fucking asshole.
Big B is also a show host, and we do have our own 3-person menage de trois chat that's going on. So we can always post this in the 3. But I think he wanted me to surprise you with this breaking news. So I do see why he private messaged me.
Well, that's fine. I'm surprised we had breaking news, but now that it's out there, can you talk to all of us?
Yes.
I
don't know. Maybe you can read some of it while I'm asking and producing the show. I get it. I need to. I apologize, people. I need to X that picture right out. It's gone. It's not even in the. You're not gonna see it. You gotta go back and rewind if you want to. I have Kentucky Fried Chicken for dinner. And I'd like to enjoy it after the show. So nothing new from Choo Choo Stew. So we'll carry on. A few things we do have to get to tonight. We have some news stories. We have some interesting news stories that you and I can chat about. Sure. These are a little different than our normal weird news, but I scraped the barrel. I got some shit. We got Mike Jolitz, of course, with his regular little 3-4 minute blast of the news and weather for us. He'll come up in about 15 minutes time. But I did want to ask you something.
Sure.
Because you and I are, we're getting to be elder statesmen.
Right.
So I was noticing, I I was noticing out in the social media, the Facebook, the Instagram, the Twitter, whatever, this term WAP, W-A-P.
Right.
And not wanting to ask anyone, didn't have a clue what it was.
Yes.
So there's apparently this Cardi B song out there.
Right.
And I guess what it stands for is wet ass pussy.
Yes.
My 16-year-old son educated me on this because I'm like on TikTok everywhere. There's all these videos, and I'm like, what is WAP? I'm not getting it. I'm that much out of tune. I'm like, hey, boomer, right?
Right.
It stands for wet ass pussy, and it's a terrible song.
It's created by an illiterate degenerate.
Right, and it's rap music, which you know I don't like to begin with. However,
right,
I did find something that I found very entertaining. I'm going to ask that you would probably remember. Hang on, I got to slide it over here. And you probably know who this guy is.
Oh, it's Gilbert Gottfried.
This is Gilbert Gottfried. And now I have some audio for you.
Okay.
This is Gilbert Gottfried's, and I've pissed myself laughing. And ladies and gentlemen, if you don't like our foul language to begin with, I'm warning you right now, leave. This is Gilbert Gottfried doing his rendition of WAP or WAP or whatever the Cardi B song is called. So let me just pull it up here. Yeah, Gilbert Gottfried WAP.
Yeah, you fucking with some wet ass pussy. Bring a bucket and a mop for this wet ass pussy. Give me everything you got for this wet ass pussy. Beat it up, catch a charge, extra large and extra hard. Put this pussy right in your face. Swipe your nose like a credit card. Hop on top, I wanna ride. I do a Kegel while it's inside. Spit in my mouth, look in my eyes. This pussy is wet. Come take a dive. Tie me up like I'm surprised. Let's role play. I'll wear a disguise. I want you to park that Big Mac truck right in this little garage. Make it cream. Make it scream. Out in public, make a scene. I don't cook. I don't clean. But let me tell you how I got this ring.
There you go, baby. I don't know the song. I listened to it briefly, and I was not impressed. But I've had several laughs out of this. Get a mop and get a bucket for this white ass pussy. I will swipe you like I swipe a credit card for this wet ass pussy. He's better than William Shatner.
Now that's a person I'd like to see cover the song.
Oh,
you know, it's people wonder why you can't make money in music anymore. You know, we've gone from, you know, classics like Hotel California, Paradise by the Dashboard Light, Stairway to Heaven, stuff like that, to that nonsense.
Yeah.
That's the reason why you can't make money in music anymore, because there's no talent in it anymore.
But I guess this girl behind them, and they wonder why we judge, why we get stereotypes, why we feel the way we feel. And I listen to these lyrics, and I'm like, holy shit, this is something else.
I mean, she's literally, she was literally a prostitute that robbed her clientele. Her IQ is very low. She's dumb. She's illiterate. And this is what the youth of America looks up to. This is why we're in the predicament we're in.
I hear you. I didn't know anything about this young lady, if lady is the proper term. But just the beginning again. I love the mop and bucket part. Hang on.
Yeah, you fucking with some wet ass pussy. Bring a bucket and a mop for this wet ass pussy.
Like,
give me every.
What kind of fucking slut is that? That is someone's daughter, baby.
Sad, but it is, yeah. And I'm sure the parents are so proud.
Anyway, so once I found what this WAP meant, because I've been hearing it like referred in hashtags, and you know me, I get curious, right? I'm like, well, what is this? Like white Anglo-Saxon Protestant was the first thing that came to mind to me. I'm so out of touch, and but I need to know. And when I found out what it was, I Googled the song, and then someone said, "Have you heard?" This is not even my original find. Have you heard Gilbert Godfrey cover this song? And I'm like, no. And I played it, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I would pay to see him do that in a concert hall.
You know, it's funny because in my world, what I do for a living, we often talk about a WAP. With various store openings and all that. It stands for wireless access point.
Right. That's another one, right? Like, that's a very vague. I was trying to figure out why the teens were so infatuated by this term.
Right. So, you know, we'll say, you know, WAP all day long because we're referring to a wireless access point in various locations that we're working on. And when I first saw it, when this first started becoming a thing, I was like, I absolutely, just like you, I absolutely didn't get it. What? The only thing I knew was wireless access point. So why are people talking about access points? It doesn't make sense to me. And then you do a little digging like you did, and you find out that it's this fucking moron's song.
So is there any way?
And by the way, I didn't mean to cut you off. By the way, this retard actually interviewed Joe Biden. You know that's a wonderful interview.
This is Cardi B.
Yes.
Oh God, you got to get us audio of that.
It's out there. She interviewed Joe Biden. Lord knows it's the fucking illiterate talking to the fucking dementia patient. It's got to be good.
Now, would you consider now that you've got this like fancy drum machine? You still have the bass guitar, which and now you could just do like a mock and a fun, and you could be like, there ain't no fucking wire. Straight, you fucking moron. It's a WAP. It's a wireless access point. Take it. Shove it up your ass. No need for lube. It's a wireless access point.
You have a hit on your hands. You write that down and expand on it. You have a hit on your hands.
I'm feeling it tonight.
You
don't need no hardwire. You don't need no modem. Wi-Fi is what it takes. It's the fucking juicy wireless access point.
You are the Weird Al of shitty fucking rap songs.
Security protected, encrypted, and dialectic. It's the wonderful wireless access point.
Oh my goodness, that is great.
Yeah. I don't know where that came from. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to bring that up. Now, speaking of like the internet and you know, all the different social media, I don't know if you read today. I don't have any like pictures or anything like that. I just read before we came on air that the United States is banning Twitch, which is where the social influencer Bordeaux is making his way. That they're declaring this war on China, and
You mean TikTok?
TikTok. I'm sorry. Why did I say Twitch? Oh, Twitch is what the kid does on. I'm sorry. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. I was so excited about it. It is. There's so many platforms. Hello, Boomer. I'm here. Talk about Biden. There's always DK, second runner up.
There you go.
Always a bridesmaid, never a bride.
That's right.
A few fries short of a happy meal.
The wheel's turning, but the gerbil's dead.
Exactly. Anyway, TikTok is what I wanted to talk to you about next, Big B. Is that the United States has actually been. This is a huge, platform. I know, like, we're personally not on it, but we got Bordeaux, our social influencer, and so many people have been using. Like, it's a huge, and they've been trying to. I guess Oracle was going to purchase it or take control of it so they can maintain. Now, I guess the only thing happening on Sunday is you will not be able to download the app any longer. So if you're on the app, you're still good. But November 12th is when they, cut the umbilical cord. They cut the WAP.
Right. So TikTok was linked to China. Well, it's a Chinese app. And it was linked to spying. It was how China was spying. It was in Houston. There was something about them spying on Americans using the app TikTok. So that's when our government got involved and was talking about banning it. I believe, though, there was, unless it fell through, I read a couple of weeks ago that they were being sold to, I want to say it was Oracle, for however much money. So I don't know where that is now as far as the it's going to be banned versus it's being sold to an American company. I don't know the dynamics of how that stands right now.
So the dynamics would be, from what I understand, is that download the app by Sunday. If you don't have it, you might have a slight interest. You want to explore it a little bit. Get the app by Sunday, and then you're at least guaranteed until November 12th that there will still be American content. There's like 100 million U.S. accounts, I believe I read. Right. And of course, there's Canadians on it. There's British. There's, so I guess the rest of the world will somehow. I guess he's building the wall, Big B. He's building the wall against TikTok. So we'll have to follow this very closely.
And I'm sure Bordeaux is following it very closely. Well, I mean, Bordeaux would not be affected because Bordeaux's in Canada.
Well, Bordeaux, he isn't even really from Canada, right? He's from like the Enchanted Forest.
Well, no, he's from the dark side of something, but he currently resides in Canada.
Yeah, his IP address. His IP address. He finagles through we have a little bit of a contract with him. You saw on Cave Crew Radio. On the Facebook page and on Twitter, he was advertising the map. So it's a give and a take. He doesn't relate well to me or to anybody for that matter. He just kind of does his own weird shit. But yeah, he's under a Canadian IP. He is secure. But if you're in the United States, I don't imagine you're going to be able to receive his transmissions anymore. It's going to be like Bigfoot. It's going to be like,
Well, I will tell you, I will not be affected because I do not have TikTok.
No, and the only time I watch Bordeaux's TikToks, I see the odd one. A lot of times on the morning news, like on the Fox morning news, when I'm off work, I'm having my coffee. I will, they do like little segments now of the top 3 TikToks. Mm-hmm. And I think it started with like a lot of young kids, but now there's a lot of adults, maybe due to the COVID.
Right.
But there's all kinds of funny, silly things that you can find on there. It's actually it's like YouTube if you have ADHD.
Right.
It's like 15, 30-second pops of video.
If you remember the app Vine,
Mm-hmm.
Vine was basically the same thing. It was 20, 30 seconds, whatever it was. It was a time limit on it, a very short period of time, somewhere between 15 and 30 seconds, where there would be short little things. TikTok took it to the next level, where you like I see Bordeaux does split screens and does duets with people and all that. Vine was just like 10 seconds of somebody riding their bike and jumping, whatever it was.
Yeah. Riding a skateboard, whatever.
Yes, whatever it was, yeah.
Anyway, so stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. More breaking news. I did want to add something, by the way. Again, no formal pictures or audio to show you. But I was also reading this morning before I went into work. And I haven't watched Saturday Night Live in quite some time. But I'm very excited about this. Apparently, Jim Carrey has signed on to Saturday Night Live to play Sleepy Joe.
Oh, God.
I am over the top excited about this. I will stay up. I will watch it. I want to see it.
Right.
Don't you think? Come on. Dumb and Dumber. Mask.
No, there's no doubt the comedic prowess. I'm interested to see. I don't watch Saturday Night Live either. I haven't watched it since the 90s because it hasn't been funny and it's been fairly awful. But this could be interesting as long as they play it fair. They don't make him out to be something that he's not.
Well, since when do you play fair when it comes to the Democratic Party?
No, what I mean is that, they make him be smarter than he is.
Oh, I don't think so.
That's what I mean by, make him be the dementia patient that he truly is.
I think Jim Carrey would have absolute creative rights.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what's his name? Dana Carvey doing Bush was, as much as you might have loved George Sr., Dana Carvey did him awesome. And who was it that Bill Clinton? Like, they did them awesome. Mm-hmm. So if they give him, and I can't see, if Saturday Night Live makes a choice, that was the downfall of Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Kimmel was awesome when he first came on the air. He was fair. He was cutting edge. Mm-hmm. And now he's like this bleeding heart Democrat. He's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
And I don't want anymore.
He was coming from the Man Show with him and Adam Carolla, where it was just comedy. It was fun. It was, just, taking yourself not seriously, boobs everywhere and beer. It was just a lot of fun. And now look at him.
What's his name? Guillermo or whatever. Like when him and Guillermo were there and cousin, what's his name? I haven't watched it in so long again. That's when the show was. He was actually one of my influences. I used to say Howard Stern and Jimmy Kimmel are two people I would like to emulate when I'm on the air. This is the original Jimmy Kimmel, not the bullshit. I've turned it on a few times at night. He's worse than that homosexual black guy and the governor's brother. Like, they're fucking idiots. I'm sorry. I don't care what party you are. These guys are fucking idiots.
Yeah, it's awful. You remember the days of Johnny Carson and then Jay Leno and David Letterman and all those people where they would poke fun at whoever was in government, but it was really just making fun of. It was fun and whatever, and even the presidents at the time would have fun with it as well. It was all in good fun. Now, people like Jimmy Kimmel now are, take it so seriously and they're going to fake cry on the air and all of that. It's ridiculous. Now
they're taking sides. Now
they're taking sides.
Like Letterman hit everyone. And I love Letterman. I should mention him too as another one of my influencers. David Letterman's phenomenal. And Johnny Carson, I was a little kid when I used to watch him, but him and Ed McMahon, you are correct, sir. Loved it, but they were they went for the humor. So if they went after Trump, they went after Trump because he said something funny,
right?
Not because they were trying to sway you to the other side of the, whatever.
Like I remember when was it George Sr. was president and Dan Quayle was vice president. They went after Dan Quayle unmercifully. They just hammered him because Dan Quayle on a daily basis would say stupid shit.
Right.
Like he was literally like a dumb human being.
But that's comedy.
Right. And that was comedy. Right.
Like there's one in Canada here that picks things that Trudeau says and picks things that the different leaders say, but they don't try to sway you from one side. Did you hear what so and so said today? And they'll make fun of it.
Right.
But it's funny. It's comedy. But they're not trying to raise some kind of a social issue with it.
Right. All the comedy has gone. There is no more comedy. It's, did you hear what they said? Oh my God, they shouldn't be saying this. Stuff like that. All the comedy is gone. And like you said, they've taken a side and they're going to tell you, you need to take this side as well.
Right. Like if Trump says something funny, I'm going to hit on it. I'm going to say, Big B, did you hear this? Here's a sound clip. It's really funny. It's a Republican. It's a Democrat. But, well, I guess we do sway to the right because that's the way we think. But like if I'm at Trump, I'm not attacking him. I'm not saying don't vote for the guy. I'm not taking away from anything he said. He said, this is just the most absurd line I've ever heard. Just we spew verbal diarrhea from time to time as we're conversing.
Right. Anybody that anybody that is out there that is on some sort of radio or television all the time is going to have some sort of verbal hiccup. Something they're going to say something stupid. It's not going to make sense. Whatever it is, because nobody can be perfect every single second of the day. So obviously those things you pick out and you make fun of.
Right. Like CNN, Fox News, whatever. I get it. You're taking allegiance to a certain party. When you're doing a morning show, when you're doing a late night show, it's lighthearted. You're entertaining and do a skit, make something funny. That's okay. But don't do a monologue like Jimmy Kimmel so often does now. Drives me. Can't stand him anymore. I used to love the guy, Big B. Used to love him and Guarmo and cousin Vinny or whatever the fuck his name was. And that crazy aunt they used to have. Used to love that show. Used to stay up on purpose to watch me some Jimmy Kimmel. Now, no use for the guy. Sold his soul and don't like it.
Nothing made me happier than when he got shit for being blackface from the Man Show. And they was, should Jimmy Kimmel lose his job? Fuck him. He did it to so many other people. Fuck him. He should lose his job.
Yeah. Well, hey, live and die by the sword, right? Let him that casts the first stone be the one who stands judgment. I agree with you 100%. Anyway, time is fleeting fast, which is good. I was concerned tonight, but I'm not anymore. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, just checking in on the teleprompter. I have no updates from Choo Choo Stew. So apparently car 3 and 4 and the alarm on 6 have caused a major concern in England. Let's go to our buddy here now. We always like it when Mike comes and gives us a little bit of news. Ladies and gentlemen, it's about 3 minutes. He gives us the news and the weather. It's time now from our friend from, and he's from, well, we'll hear it at the end. Is it Secret, Arizona, or?
It is Surprise, Arizona.
Surprise, Arizona, the weirdest town I've ever heard of. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Mike Jolitz reads the news. We'll be right back after this short news break.
Hello, Cave Crew Radio. Hello, DK. Hello, Sir Big B. And hello, Choo Choo Stew. How the hell are you guys doing? I am doing excellent. Yeah. Before I get into the news, Sir Big B, to answer your question, Uncle Rico is tops on the wild card right now. So if anybody gets injured or drops out, he's the first option at this point. And now it's time for the news. A man dropped a deuce on Nancy Pelosi's driveway in San Francisco. I don't know who he is, but he's a damn hero in my book. In about 12 inches of dookie, he summed up my thoughts on Pelosi. In NFL news, the Packers beat the Vikings. The Lions lost after the wide receiver named Swift dropped the ball. That's shocking. The Sharpnels squeaked out one against San Francisco. The Las Vegas Raiders won their opener.
That sounds weird.
Tampa Bay and Tom Brady lost to the Aints. The Patriots won with Cam Newton at the helm. The Browns lost last weekend. Oh, and the Cowboys lost too. But then the Browns played the Bengals on Thursday night, and they won the Ohio Bowl. Oh. Hurricane McSally battered the Louisiana coast this week. Actually, he was downgraded to a tropical storm, but who gives a crap? I just wanted to say McSally. Sasquatch has been sighted in the Kettle Moraine State Park in Wisconsin, according to the DNR. They advise traveling in pairs and to keep beef jerky on hand, as Sasquatches are known to like the salty meat stick. The magazine Scientific American endorsed a presidential candidate for the first time. Unfortunately, they picked wrong. They picked Biden. In other periodical endorsements, Hustler endorsed Days Nuts. The McDonald's Travis Scott meal has surpassed expectations. Wow, cool. So much so that there are shortages in some areas. I had no idea who Travis Scott is. Looked him up and still am unsure. I wonder if there's talks of a choo-choo stew meal. Turns out the Big Ten is going to play football in October. Yeah, go Badgers. I like me some college football. That I can watch. And finally in the news, for the 5th week in a row, 212 is number 1 on the alternative charts in the surprise on Reverb Nation. Woo-hoo! Hoping to get 2 months of that at least. That'd be kick-ass. And now, if you guys are ready, it is time for the weather. In Windsor, Ontario, Canada, Saturday is the high of 60, Sunday 64, and Monday heating back up to a brisk 67 degrees, lows in the mid-40s overnight. Over in Queens, New York, we got highs on Saturday of 64, Sunday 62, Monday 66, lows in the upper 40s, almost 50. Over in London, the highs on Saturday will be 73, Sunday 75, and Monday 76 when everybody returns to work. Lows in the 50s to almost 60. So, yeah. And out here in the Surprise, Arizona, we are going to have 3 days topping out at 102 degrees. Hopefully not any hotter because Thursday was 109. Anyway, it's getting real nice this time of year. In the evening hours, 73 is the overnight low. Oh, nice. All right, guys. Well, that does it for the news and the weather. I return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Hi, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Cave Crew Radio is the name of the show, cavecrewradio.com. I am left with a few questions this week after the Mike Jolitz segment. What was your question? I must have missed that last week.
He was talking about Madden and Colin Kaepernick was chosen to be on it for whatever reason, and I asked him if Uncle Rico was in the running. I'm so happy that he answered my question. And Uncle Rico is next in line if somebody goes down. I can't wait because if they would have put him in the fourth quarter, they'd be state champions.
That question was done in jest. It was done in jest.
For those of you who don't know Uncle Rico, look him up. Uncle Rico football.
Yeah, I have to do that myself. I'm not quite sure.
He could throw a football a quarter of a mile. You know that.
Did you see that Detroit Lions receiver drop that football?
I did not. I haven't watched because they've brought all this politics and nonsense into it, so I haven't bothered watching.
Yeah, it was, and then of course we saw the showdown of Ohio last night. But Mike, always great. The Mike Jolitz Show, ladies and gentlemen. Follow him on Twitter at Mike Jolitz. And just look for the Mike Jolitz Show. He does short little shows, and they're very entertaining.
I love the Mike Jolitz news.
I didn't know anyone shit on Nancy Pelosi's. I was not aware of that. Yes. That's why we keep Mike around.
Yes, I can't. Scrolling through Facebook, somebody had posted it. Somebody shit in Nancy Pelosi's driveway.
Good for them. Good for them. On to cooler nights before we move into any of our other stuff. I do have some stories for us tonight here, folks. But speaking of the cold weather, I purchased this week, talking about our purchases, a propane fire pit. Good deal on Amazon. It's got lava rocks in it. It's got great reviews. I can put it in the gazebo. So if I shut the walls against the wind, I can light this thing in the gazebo without lighting an actual fire. Right. And I've got to put that together this weekend, and it is cool. So nice. Perhaps we'll try it out, and I'll report back.
Now, let me ask you a question. You said it's a propane fire pit. Do you get discounts or free propane because of your employment?
Well, the propane I do get for free. And the tank, I got a nice sized tank for it. Probably twice the size of a barbecue tank. Right. It was like a junker tank, and I have my boys put new valves in it and recertify it, and safe. It's good to go. So yeah, we'll try it out tomorrow night because the wife loves the gazebo. It's the fire pit, obviously being burning wood, is a good 15 feet away, let's say. I can place this. It's safe. I've done my research. I can place it under the gazebo as long as one wall is open. Can adjust the flame. It's like a barbecue. Right. And we'll give it a try. We'll see how it works. This is all due to COVID, ladies and gentlemen. There's nothing else to do. But particularly improve your house. And by the way, Big B, the kitchen renovations do get underway tomorrow.
You have to share pictures.
Yeah, I once we get this going, the wife is she's as nuts about this as your wife is about treat bags.
Now, can you take a picture so we have a before?
Yes.
And then during construction and then an after?
Yeah, I will get you. It's going to look nice. All the stuff that's been bought, the floor, the kitchen, whatever that thing is that goes, not the cupboard, the
counter,
countertop, cabinets are going to be painted. The walls are going to be painted. There's going to be a backdrop, an island. And the cool thing of it is we're doing it all ourselves. So it's not like this $50,000 kitchen renovation.
So that was going to be my next question. Are you doing it or are you hiring somebody? So obviously you guys are doing it yourselves.
To start, we'll see how things we'll see how things progress.
Gotcha.
The only good thing about it is I'm getting lots of groovy tools out of all this.
Ooh,
So
okay.
anyway, yeah, so it's not as expensive as it may seem. From what I've seen of all the different things, it's going to look nice. Not so confident in my building skills. We'll find out. We're either going to be in a real fucking mess or it's going to turn out great and we're going to save a lot of money and drive the value of the house.
Again, I can't wait for pictures.
Before we do the news, I do have to click on it here. We do have a few things. So we've first thing we got to tell you about is the how do I push this up? There we go. We do have the Cave Crew Radio t-shirts, and the link should appear in chat here. There it is. $13 t-shirts until midnight tonight. Now we have 2 weeks left, and then we're starting the new season. These are the Cave Crew Radio 2020 lockdown t-shirts. So that's the first advertisement I need to make. And then the second one, very quickly, live sales is this one. And speaking of TikTok, it is Bordo the influencer with his Cave Crew Radio mask. They are also on sale, ladies and gentlemen. If you click on the link in chat or just go to cavecrewradio.com and you scroll to items for sale, and you will find this stuff. And Bordo looking like he's breathing well, having a good time as always, and wearing his Cave Crew Radio Lockdown 2020 mask, which you and I both have on display as well.
That's right.
And as we've said before, if nothing else, it's a collectible item from an era that hopefully we will never live in again.
As I've said many times, the last pandemic we had was in 19. Oh, now I forget the year. Whatever it was over 100 years ago. It's like 1908 or some shit, whatever it was. That was the last pandemic. Now, none of us were alive when that happened. So this is literally once in a lifetime thing. And it's good to have a nice little keepsake. Once it all passes, once we figure everything out and we can go about our daily lives without worrying about it, you can always look back and you can pass it down to like your kids, your grandkids. It may seem silly now, but this is a thing of historic significance.
It is. And, I encourage everyone to go out there and make your own masks. Like, it's like granddaddy's dirty hanky.
Right.
Right? Remember when granddad used to pull that hanky out with the snot soiled in it, and why the fuck don't you use a clean? They used to use hankies.
Yeah. I never got that. You'd blow your nose in it and then put it back in your pocket. That's nasty.
This is our generation's definition of the hanky.
That's right.
I don't know where I want to start with. Oh, I got to start with this one because this is a recap story. All right, let's go. We do have a couple stories for you, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see where this takes us. Let's do our version. Big B and I do a version of the news. So, I guess it's, and I got to find the picture here. Of course, we got pictures for all this stuff. There she is in all her beauty. About a year ago, we did a story on this gal. A mama too, who married a tree. Sounds like a bedtime story for her. She probably should save this right for the end. She is celebrating her first anniversary of marrying the tree. Kate Cunningham, not really a bad looking lady. I I would think at some point, perhaps she probably could have found someone. But she's from Sefton, Maryville. She's from the UK. Changed her surname to Elder when she and the elder tree tied the knot at Rimrose Valley Country Park. And she admits her 15-year-old son is a little embarrassed. A mom who married a tree left her boyfriend at home as she marked her first wedding anniversary. So she's cheating. She is cheating on the tree. Kate Cunningham, who changed her surname to Elder, which we already said, she and the elder tree tied the knot. She said the pair loved up more than ever, and they had no plans to divorce. Here's a cool fact for you: the traditional gift for a first anniversary is paper.
Ah, nice.
The 38-year-old said it was one of the best decisions she ever made when she married the tree at Rimrose Valley Country Park in Sefton, yada, yada. She celebrated her first year of marriage with 2 friends and some elderflower chompers, leaving her boyfriend and 2 kids at home. This is the second time they have mentioned the boyfriend. We need to get the boyfriend on the show, because obviously the tree is not going to give us any input on this. The former teaching assistant admitted that she sometimes clocks up to 5 visits a week and will forever remain tree voted. She said trees always come first. They keep us alive. She immediately knew it was the one because there's obviously more than one tree in the forest. And it's one of the best decisions she ever made. Me and my friends went over to the tree and said hello for a small celebration a couple of days ago. It was a little gathering with 2 friends where we raised a toast and had a glass of elderflower champagne. She is a few fries short of a Happy Meal.
Well, now the article made, as you pointed out, made a few mentions of the boyfriend. What's wrong with the boyfriend that he is okay with this and wants to be with this psychopath?
Maybe she's good in bed. And you know what else? I personally would not be jealous.
No, there's no jealousy, but she's a fucking lunatic.
And her poor children. She quotes by saying, "My son was a little embarrassed."
Yeah. His 15-year-old son, I'm sure, is a lot embarrassed.
Aren't you the one where your mom is married to the elder tree?
Yeah, I'm sure he gets no shenanigans pulled on him in school. Of course not. I have a question.
I'm open to it. I'll do my best.
Well, this is a predictive question. We don't know. You know, when somebody dies,
yeah,
and if you don't bury them, maybe they want to be cremated.
Right.
So if the tree dies while she's still alive, will she chop it down and burn it for firewood in order to cremate the tree? Or will she build herself a log cabin?
Now, at that point, you would think like the new left, the far left,
right,
would be like burning at the stake, like human sacrifice.
Well, then maybe she builds a log cabin
that her and the boyfriend
could live
in.
That's right.
Yeah, like when we first reported this story, like I knew the guy, I knew the girl was out of her wits. I knew she was off her rocker.
Right.
And then to read this today, that she left her boyfriend at home, which goes to show me, as the boyfriend, maybe you'd say, you know, I'll accompany you. This is a major life event for you. No, he stayed home. There's some jealousy between.
I guess so. But now, never mind that. How is this such a big story that it dissolves, that it requires a follow-up? I remember doing this story, a year ago,
Yeah.
talking about this fucking lunatic. Ha ha, he he. They married a tree, and you move on with life. Why is there a follow-up story?
Well, that's why I had to cover this tonight. And then I have a question. In modern law, do you not have to consummate the marriage before it is legit? Like that's the out. That's the plan B, right? Is that if you don't consummate the marriage, that's your plan B. That's your exit.
I don't know that that's a law.
Okay,
That may be a religious thing. I don't know. But again, and this is the UK, so I have no idea what UK laws are. This is where we need Choo Choo Stew, but he's busy with vomit on Cars 3 and 4.
And by the way, no update yet from Choo Choo.
Stu, we need an update. If you're listening.
So anyway, I didn't want to rehash all this madness again and any of that shit. I just thought, like, fuck, she's back in the fucking news. Like, you and I have been at this for 7 years trying to get famous, and this bitch marries a fucking elder tree and cheats on it. And yeah. What else we got here? Oh, this is a good one. I think you'll enjoy this story. I at least the headline I really like. There's a couple I like the headlines more than the story itself. But I want you to take a look at this.
Okay.
So headline says dentist sentenced to 12 years in jail for extracting tooth while riding hoverboard.
What?
Police sirens are coming. I didn't make this up, Big B. This is what it says.
I'm very confused.
As soon as that there we go. An Alaskan dentist known for running afoul of the law has been sentenced to 12 years in jail for various misdemeanors that include extracting a patient's tooth while riding a hoverboard.
Okay.
Seth Lockhart was sentenced in Anchorage Superior Court on dozens of charges stemming from actions that ranged from scooting antics to Medicaid fraud and removing a patient's teeth without their permission. Back in January, he was convicted on charges of reckless endangerment and illegally practicing dentistry and medical assistance fraud. In reviewing this all over and over again, I have a visceral response. You darn near killed some people, Judge Michael Worthington said. The court heard testimony from patient Veronica Wilhelm, who was sedated when Lockhart was recorded performing her tooth extraction on a hoverboard.
Okay. I still don't see what's against the law here, but okay.
Would you really want a tooth extraction from a dentist riding a hoverboard? It's like fucking, who's the dude from Marty McFly?
Right. No, I get it. It's strange and it shouldn't happen, but there's no law against it.
I'm sure you could unbury a law somewhere that
you can't ride a hoverboard and commit and perform dentistry.
I don't have the answer to that. There was a cell phone video. Lockhart could be seen riding away from the procedure with his hands triumphantly in the air. He's like the David Copperfield of dentistry.
Now, where was this procedure done?
Obviously,
no, I know it's in Alaska, but obviously it's not in a office. It's outside somewhere. So somebody agreed, yes, I'm going to go to the outdoor dentist and get my teeth removed.
Well, why could you not ride a hoverboard inside the office? It doesn't state that.
Well, but the witness said they were seen leaving with their hands in the air. So I'm assuming
I don't know what a hoverboard exactly is, but he's probably doing this.
Right, but what I'm saying is the the story makes it sound like he was on the roadside somewhere. Somebody came in, he did roadside dentistry, and went off with the wind on his hoverboard with victorious arms in the air.
Like Silver Surfer or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah, I got you. Okay. I don't know. Like, he allegedly texted a video of the stunt to at least 8 people, joking it was a new standard of care. And he had his license suspended in 2017. Let your imagination roam. A dentist on a fucking hoverboard in Alaska during COVID-19.
Only in 2020 could this happen.
I'm imagining this guy kind of floating around, putting her under the laughing gas in one of those tilt back chairs.
Right.
And, he's kind of riding around, giggling really silly, getting his pliers out.
But have you been in a dentist office? When you go in the room, it's kind of small and cramped. There's a lot of equipment going on. It would be awfully hard to have a hoverboard in there.
But if it hovers, can you not just, in one spot? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you can, but you can also stand there. I mean, that's
and do they not have it? Like, where is, just as much as I want to talk to the boyfriend of the girl with the tree, I'd like to talk to the dental assistant. There's always a dental assistant in the chamber. And like, is she like, oh yeah, go for it, this is cool, let's make a TikTok? Or is she like, you're fucking nuts?
What about the receptionist? There's got to be a receptionist in there. Was there other patients in the waiting room?
It doesn't give us that information. This is why you're allowed to believe that it took place outside.
That's right. And I will forever believe that this was roadside dentistry, and this young lady decided it would be a good idea on their way from Alaska to Seattle to stop here and get some dental work done by the dentist on a hoverboard.
No idea. Just pulled the story. It caught my eye. I'm thinking this is wonderful. This is fucking beautiful. A dentist on a hoverboard. It's like a heart surgeon on a unicycle. I don't know what else to say. It's just fucking wonderful. Anyway, that's the end of that story. I have a couple more. The last one's going to be the big fireworks. Where'd the one go that I wanted here? This one, I've often wondered about this, and I'd like to get your opinion on this. What is your opinion on gender reveal parties? It's extremely strange, is it not?
It's fucking stupid.
I've lost the story. Where did it go? Yeah, I'll find the story.
You can't just say, we're having a boy, or we're having a girl, or put something pink or blue outside your house like a balloon. No, you have to have extravagant fucking reveals where, things have to explode and colors come out and all. It's fucking ridiculous.
I've lost the story.
Well, I think I know this. Does it have to do with the California wildfires?
No, this is...
Because, the reason why California is having wildfires right now is because a gender reveal party set off an explosion.
Well, that's one of them, and it's in there. And
ladies and gentlemen, please watch. This is the Canadian version of Joe Biden.
Yeah, this is like terrible because I had the story. Anyway, now that we can talk about this because this is one that you need a story for. I can kind of wing this a little bit.
Right.
I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. Every so often, I do make a Joe Biden faux pas.
It's happening more and more.
More and more lately. But this gentleman here, you're right. It did make mention in the article about the gender reveal party that started one of the wildfires. What this one is this made the news because of a misfire. This gave a whole new definition to blue balls.
So is this a misfire like we had last week?
No, that's premature ejaculation.
Different misfire.
This is a misfire where someone pointed the cannon, stating that it would be a boy, and the guy got hit in the nuts at his gender reveal party.
Well, that's an epic gender reveal party because they won't have kids after that.
Like that, yeah. I guess someone tweeted. I'm going by memory because I can't find the story now. Is that one of the persons in the party said to him, "Well, you don't need a vasectomy now."
Right.
But you can see all the blue paint all over him. The daughter there is obviously the second child, and someone fired the cannon, or he fired it himself, and bang, right in the nuts. So what you said about the wildfire, yes, major catastrophe. Number 2 catastrophe, ladies and gentlemen, it's just like, don't play with fireworks. Don't play with fire. You've always been, don't do gender reveal parties.
Put a balloon out in front of your house, send out a greeting card to your close family and friends, call them up, text them, put a Facebook post up. There is no need to do this kind of nonsense.
Paint the bedroom in a neutral color and just wait to see what happens.
Exactly. There is no need to go to these extravagant things of fucking shooting yourself in the nuts, setting wildfires across an entire state, fucking blowing things up just to reveal it's pink or blue. It's stupid. Stop it.
So you start wildfires, or you get shot in the nuts. Not a happy ending either way.
It's
not a happy
and I don't know how this all started either. This whole phenomenon of gender reveal parties.
And that's the reason I kind of picked this story, because do you not find they do it all the time? It's like I saw one the other day. It was like a cousin or something, or my wife's cousin or something, and they both enjoy playing softball. And the pregnant bitch lobbed the ball to the husband, and he hit it. And I don't know how many takes this video took, but anyway, in the video it was a perfect swing, a perfect hit, and boom, the pink blew out of the softball.
See, I remember, and
who the fuck cares?
Right, and I remember, and I'm sure you did the exact same thing we did when we found out from the doctor what our children were going to be, whether boy or girl. We were like, "Yay, cool!" And then called up the people closest to us and said, "Hey, we found out. We just found out we're going to have a boy."
Yeah, and this is the name, and this is what we're going to call him.
Right.
And prepare yourselves by buying, male onesies. But we never, it all started, Big B. It wasn't this crazy with all the smoke and fucking fireworks and fucking painted doves hopping out of shit. People made cakes and like cupcakes and shit, and had people over, and or they open a box and, oh, look, it's pink stringies, like,
yay,
getting out of control. Now we're starting forest fires, and next thing you know, we're gonna fucking blow up a city block.
It makes no sense to do all this stuff. Why? What's the point? What's the ultimate point of it? There is none.
If you want to get creative, how about this? You get like one of those giant drones, and you dump fucking goo all over everybody.
Like you're dropping fucking napalm on the VC.
Yeah, so everyone's standing around. They're holding their, whatever those orange juice drinks are. What are those fucking things they drink? Those
orange juice drinks.
Yeah, in the morning you drink a drink, and it's someone will know.
I don't know, orange juice.
Yeah, orange juice. Let's just champagne, whatever the fuck it is. They're all standing around and eating little bits and bites of cheese and crackers or whatever, scones, and then all of a sudden the helicopter or the fucking drone comes along and dumps a big fucking load of pink on them.
That would be awesome. And then you play the soundtrack to fucking Apocalypse Now,
right?
Coming over the horizon, and they're dropping like napalm over the VC. It'd be wonderful. And then you could pipe in the line, "I love the smell of napalm in the morning."
Exactly.
wonderful.
If it's a boy, you could play the theme from the Blue Man Group or something. It's a fuck. Who knows? But get more creative than this shit about blowing smoke out of a cannon. Like, how? Oh, what are we doing this week, honey? We're going to a gender reveal party. Oh, what should I wear? Like
That's ridiculous.
what should we bring?
And now this has become an industry because now companies will make these fucking little bombs that blow up and reveal a pink or a blue color. This has become a cottage industry now. And like you're right. Oh, we're going to what do we wear to a gender reveal party?
What exactly is the proper attire to a gender reveal party? And what do you bring? Like, do you bring a side? Do you bring a dessert? Should you bring a present? Like, what exactly do you bring to a gender reveal party? Should you have a two-sided sign for the guy? If it's a boy, you're like, congratulations, and if it's a girl, you might, I'm sorry.
And on your invite, do you know which group you're in? Are you in A, B, or C? And if you're in group C, where does that put you in the gender reveal party?
You could have so much fun with this, though, Biggie. See, if you and I were gender reveal influencers, let's say, I would have on the invite, I would say, please check a box on your RSVP. Are you team pink or are you team blue? And I'd have them sitting on opposite sides of the courtyard, due to COVID social distancing restrictions. And you could do like cheers at the beginning. Let's hear it, team pink. And then I don't know, you could have like a giant penis, shoot it out at the end. In fireworks, and it would start with like a plethora of colors, and then at the end, the true, and then team blue on one side, team pink on the other. You could maybe do some fun games in between, like a tug of war.
See, I would line it up like now that you say team pink and team blue, I'd line it up like Braveheart, and just have them meet in the middle and fight it out. And have the predetermined winner come up holding the sword, filled with blood, screaming freedom.
Right. Have your team captains in like sumo suits, those blow up sumo suits. And because you got to build up to this. It's not just lighting. It's not just having a bunch of people over some tea and then you fire the cannon into the husband's balls. You got to build up to this, right? Mm-hmm. So you got team pink captain in a sumo blow up suit, and you got team blue, and they bounce off each other. And maybe you do some dwarf tossing or something.
Nice, I like that.
You got to make it exciting. Maybe I'd buy into it if there's a little bit more to it than just blue cupcakes at the end of the fucking ceremony or whatever.
I like that. You know what? You could block off your street, have somebody in a blue car, somebody in a pink car, and you play chicken. Whoever moves loses.
In little kid cars, though, like a blue monster truck, little kid car, and a Barbie, and they're like, and they got to go through and try to knock each other off the road. Well, people are throwing limes and lemons at them from the sideline.
Why limes and lemons?
I don't know. It's just what came into my head. It's all about being creative, right?
I like this. Make it interesting. Stop just fucking swinging at softballs and come up with something creative. Right. I like this.
Like, don't call people to a park and say we're gonna lay off a boom at 2:01 p.m.
Right.
Sunday the 10th. You're welcome. Please bring gifts. Money's appreciated. Do something with it. Make it a festival. Roast a fucking pig. Have some games involved. Some ring toss. Some whatever.
Reenact WrestleMania 3.
There you go.
And the winner is the whatever gender it's going to be. Have the ring. Have little carts bring you to the ring. Come on now. Let's get creative here. So this could be yet another industry that we could be the CCR gender reveal party company.
You know, we could take the lead, people. We're old, we're out of touch, we're boomers, second in command of Biden. But I think we have some good ideas where we could really enhance. You know, they have like bridal shows.
Yeah.
We could have a gender reveal show and have like vendors and like, you know, because you need a good photographer, you need a good videographer, you need a guy who makes the cakes, and then you need the guys like us, the guys that plan the party. What do you do for fun? What do you enjoy? We're going to incorporate this into your gender reveal party. We're going to make it so much fun. We can have, what do you call one of those hunts?
Like escape the room.
Escape the room, but we could do like a
scavenger hunt.
Searching for something.
Scavenger hunt.
Scavenger hunt. We'll have Mrs. B will be in charge of the goodie bags.
She will be very excited by that.
You know, and it'd be wonderful. We'd have like Oompa Loompas running around in proper color, playing trombones, and it would be so much. You would go to more, and then I guarantee you, if the wife told you when you woke up on Saturday morning, you're groggy, you're having your coffee, you just want to watch the news, you want to get a few things done, you want to, we're going to a gender reveal party. Oh my God, is it being put on by Big B and DK? Because it's better than a fucking rave. I'm telling you.
That's you know, we have so many ideas that we could make our own industries out of. We have to get cracking on one of these. Well, see, what we need, ladies and gentlemen, is for you to click on the links that are in chat, buy t-shirts, buy masks, help us fund these ideas.
We should do one of those. It's not a GoFundMe. What is it people do when they raise capital for an idea? I see them sometimes. Brand new game or brand new household thing, and it's some way of raising capital. And if you buy in, you get the early release and you get a discounted price.
Oh yeah. My wife got involved in one of those, and the product never came out, so we got our money back.
Can't remember what it is. Anyway, listen. Before we name the show, I think this is the best story to end the night. I'm gonna pull this up on screen here. I want this to be. Hang on, let me get rid of.
I already see nudity.
Yeah, this is good. All right, the headline reads: Naked German man chases down feral hog that stole his laptop. There is no chance that this is a photo edit, okay? It's hardly a boring sunbathing trip. A butt-naked German man was caught on camera as he chased down a feral hog that snatched a bag containing his laptop. Nature Strikes Back was the headline from Adel Ledoux, who snapped the shot. In the image, the razorback rips across the grass and two piglets run behind. He's got accessories. And a bright yellow bag hangs from the culprit's snout. The nude man appears to clap his hands as amused as onlookers sit by. Because the bag contained his laptop, he gave it his all, even though he was in his birthday suit.
Mm-hmm.
The pig's luck ran out when it was stalled by a cardboard box and the animal dropped the device. Landauer said the pig plucked the bag at Teufellussee, a popular lake in West Berlin. A witness told The Guardian that onlookers showered the man with applause when he returned with his computer. I always wonder why fat people are always the ones that go naked.
I don't know. I have no idea.
I love the little piglets. Just look what mom's doing.
And I say that the picture is right as the Razorback is in the cardboard box.
Yeah, just about to drop it.
And I love everybody else around there. It's just another day to them.
I was just about to say the same thing. Everybody is so calm. There's a wild hog running around. I gotta admit, I'd probably jump and kind of run back to the trees a little bit and watch. I don't think I'd be sitting there with my picnic.
And you see, like,
those things are vicious.
Well, they're wild animals. They're not friendly things. But all of these people, it's just a normal day to them. They're like, oh yeah, there's fucking Rolf running naked after the pig again. They got his computer once again. Ha
right.
ha.
Let's actually. That's a very good point. Let's backtrack before the feral hog, as they called it. You're all sitting around. Looks like a family. Let me bring this on full screen again here. Family setting. Everyone else is clothed. The backpacks. Got your stereo. You're lying. Is anyone paying attention to Rolf or whatever the fuck his name is in the first place? Or did he just run out of the woods out of nowhere?
Who knows? The one guy, like in that group of four right in front of the Razorback, the one guy all the way to the right, the shirtless guy with looks like the white shorts, who looks like he's got a big smile on his face. This is the greatest thing that's happened today to him.
Well, and Choo Choo Stu is now in chat. By the way, Stu, we need updates. We're still desperately wondering about car 3, 4, and 6. He says it looks like his father-in-law from the Finnish sauna. But in defense of the guy in the white pants, if I was dragged there by my family, in-laws, and my wife, I'd be like, this is great shit. I thought I was going to have to sit on a lawn and play, Yahtzee. And here I am watching a feral hog being chased by an overweight naked man named Rolf, who can't even see space, and the two little piglets. This is beautiful. But
well, that's it. So you see that family right there. The pigs are running in their general direction. They could change course at any time, and they're sitting there without a care in the world. This happens every day. And if the pig would change course, they would know exactly what to do, and they would just go about their picnic.
Everyone's like staring at Rolf.
Yeah,
who has a tan everywhere on his body except for his feet. If you'll notice, he obviously wears socks while he's running around nude most of the time. But here's the other thing. So I'm sure at some point in your life you've gone on a picnic with your wife or gone somewhere. Where should we sit? Would you like to sit here? This is a nice spot. We can, turn on the radio, make our sandwiches, whatever we're doing. Would you necessarily drop camp where Rolf is?
Well, we don't know how far Rolf has run. We don't know where he is.
On a beach with beautiful girls in bikinis going topless. This is fucking Rolf. I don't care what gender you are attracted to. You ain't attracted to this dude.
But we don't know where he was, right? This is just one snapshot of the picture at the end of it, because you see the pig is in the box, and we know the pig, once it was in the box, dropped the computer. We don't know how far they ran. He could be like, half a mile down the road.
So you're telling me Rolf was chasing this feral hog 45 minutes through the bush and came, and these people are still sitting there, Big B. I think they sold tickets to this fucking thing.
Is this like the running of the bulls? It's the running of the Rolf?
I don't think Rolf was that far away from these people. They all seem pretty Oh, hey, there's Ralph. Everybody wave. Wave for your wave at me, Ralph. I don't know. I don't have the answer. And the other thing I might add is it doesn't look like Ralph could run 5 miles. So let's take that out of the equation right away.
Hey, you don't know how important his computer is to him. And why is he naked with his computer in a yellow bag?
I don't have the answers to that question.
Why does he come to the park with wild pigs and lay around naked with his computer?
And if you're going to do that, Ralph, would you not find a place a little bit more private?
Just a little.
Anyway, that's all I got for today. Now, 1 week left after tonight, ladies and gentlemen, in this season. Oh, there we go, Rolf. One last time. 1 week left in this season, and then we go into a brand new season of Cave Crew Radio. So get ready. Exciting things. We don't know what yet. We never know what until we go on.
That's right.
If anyone out there would like to suggest a title, this is when we name the episode. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, if those of you at home who are listening on podcasts, we've never mentioned this before, but you can always send us an email at cavecrewradio@gmail.com. You can always comment on the replay of the video or the replay of the podcast and say, I would have called it this. And we may, revisit and say, hey, here's some other really cool titles. I actually have a few for tonight.
Oh, okay.
I have one from me, which I don't usually do. I have one from Mike Jolitz.
Oh, all right.
And I have one from you. And you may have different ones, but I'm going to go ahead and go first.
Go right ahead. I have 4 of them, so go ahead.
Excellent. I can't wait. I'll have to get I should get a sip of beer before we get into this. So the one I said I thought was kind of funny because I said it twice and it kind of rang to me. She's a few fries short of a Happy Meal.
Okay.
And then Mike Jolitz said, everybody loves the salty stick. He was referring something to do with, he goes so fast, I don't even know what story he was covering, but I think it was something to do with Bigfoot.
Mm-hmm.
And then you said, let's reenact WrestleMania 3. Yeah, I'm a wrestling fan, ladies and gentlemen. I just loved it. What's Choo Choo talking about? The pig is escaping from the sex pest. Not bad. Doesn't really sound like a title, Choo Choo Stew. Anyway, what do you got?
I have 4, and I will just go backwards, starting from the.
I'm going to sit back and write, ladies and gentlemen. That's what
I had along those lines. Of WrestleMania. I had Gender Reveal Mania. I had Hoverboard Dentistry.
Okay.
When you were doing your wonderful rap, I had to put up the chorus, which is the wonderful wireless access point. And then going back to the beginning of the show, I had Trouble in Cars 3, 4, and 6.
I have my favorite. And Stu has voted Pigs and Puke. All right, here you go. We got. I'm ask you your favorite. I'll pick my favorite. My favorite's now changed. So, a Gender Reveal Mania, Hoverboard Dentistry, a Wonderful Wireless Access Point, few fries short of a Happy Meal. Everybody loves the salty meat stick. We should reenact WrestleMania 3 and Trouble in Cars 3, 4, and 6. My vote at the moment is going off all this, which I never thought I would go to. Trouble in Cars 3, 4, and 6. Although they're all great. It was a fun show.
Yes.
Do you divert to any favorite?
I actually didn't realize the comedic value of it when I said it, but let's reenact WrestleMania 3 is funny. But I think for this show, especially the breaking news, how we started it off, Trouble in Cars 3, 4, and 6, I think is proper.
Might draw on some listeners, but I think let's reenact WrestleMania 3. Will draw an honorable mention in the show notes, and then we got Stu throwing a ringer at us that he likes we know you like salty meat sticks. That was honestly, I never, when I listen to audio, do I barely pull one out, but that was good. Honorable mention, Mike Jolitz. But we honestly, we didn't really have a plan tonight. We had kind of a plan, but the breaking news, I agree, Big B, Trouble in Cars 3, 4, and 6 definitely steals the cake. Although a reenactment of WrestleMania 3 was,
I like when it stands alone like that. It's a funny standalone comment.
well, because it's like we say a lot of funny things, but it's those stupid one-liners that drop out of nowhere. And I kind of sat back in my chair and started laughing, and that's wonderful.
Right, but absolutely. But the breaking news of Stu and Cars 3, 4, and 6.
Yeah, which at some point, Lord knows when, ladies and gentlemen, when Stu is available to join us again, we will certainly get the whole story, and more importantly, the disbanding of the Vomit Crew. I can't understand. I would think this is an important thing, especially in the era of COVID. We don't know if COVID is found in vomit, but you would think the Vomit Crew cleaning the scene, disinfecting would be important.
Absolutely.
And to cut that out of your, I don't know, repertoire or whatever you have is anyway, there you go, folks. We always manage to have a good time here on Cave Crew Radio. Make sure you tell your friends, get your t-shirts, get your masks over at cavecrewradio.com, and we will be sure to rearm our pink or purple or pink or blue cannons by next week for you. All right, let's crank this baby up. Big B, I'll see you next week.
Yep.
I'm sure we'll talk to each other during the week. Stu, make sure you include Big B in the chats, please.
That would be nice, you know.
Important.
I would have liked some updates. It would have been fun.
But then he disappeared. We're left hanging like your Christmas ornament. It's like, anyway, next week, kids. We'll see you.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!